Hey, how's it going guys? My name's Abyss, and in today's video I kind of wanted to talk about Robin and Ruan Mei. As you may know, both these units are pretty much regarded as the strongest supports in the game, and rightly so. Their team-wide buffs are strong enough to make them an ideal pick even in a hyper-carry team comp, not to mention duo DPS and dot. With the versatility they have, they aren't characters you can ignore. Or can you? That's basically the premise for this video. That's what I wanted to test out. By making content about this game, I do interact with a lot of people, and I've noticed that not everyone seems to have either one or the other. So you might be missing a Ruan Mei, you might be missing a Robin, and some people are missing both. Especially those that are new. And when you've skipped one of them and you've picked up your new favorite DPS character or the cool looking character, you head over to a guide and you see that they probably want either one or the other. Now of course my amazing guides showcase any sorts of team comps even without those two, so feel free to check out those. But on a real note, when you do get your shiny new DPS, it probably doesn't feel as fun when you can't test out their best team. So I thought, why not come up with some alternative? Now my plan was pretty simple for this video. I just looked up both of their best teams, so Ruan Mei's best team and Robin's best team, and then I just replaced them in those team comps. I used MOC as the standard just because I think that's the most balanced of all of them. To no one's surprise, obviously Robin performed the best out of any other substitute, and so did Ruan Mei in her respective team comp. But the results were pretty surprising. So we'll start off with Robin's best team, which you can see on screen right now is Feixiao and March. I'm pretty sure the best team is Feixiao Topaz, but I don't have Topaz, so March will have to do. Either way, this is like one of the most common meta teams that you're going to find with Robin, so this is the one that I picked. And Robin took about 1 cycle to clear. I did get a 0 cycle with this same team, but yeah, I think it was a bit too lucky. I got every single crit hit, which isn't really realistic, I guess, but I figured I'd mention it just in case. However, we'll use 29 cycles left, so the 1 cycle clear as the standard. Now if you're thinking, Abyss, I want to see all the other ones as well, and I want to compare them and see them at a lower quality and all at the same time so that way I can't concentrate, then you are in luck. That's exactly what I've got prepared. Okay, so in the top left we've got Asta, in the top right we've got Hanya, in the bottom left we've got Tingyin, and in the bottom right we've got Yukon. I gave them all the best builds I could. I won't go into it in full detail, but they are easily attainable. They're just the best that I had. As for the light cones, they're all on an S3 dance. That's about all you need to know, so I'm just going to stop talking here, and if you want to skip ahead and see Ruan Mei's team and her replacements, then just skip to the chapter, or you can just continue watching and see how it goes.
New perspective gain from all the pain and stress, and when I do am there, I'm stronger than ever before. So you don't disturb me, no please. Look into my eyes. Now tell me the things.
Okay, so the runs are now over. Every single run took 2 cycles. I also did a run with Pella that I didn't record. I used the Silver Wolf event light cone from like 1.0 or whatever it was, and that took 3 cycles. So as you can see, it doesn't really matter too much if you don't have a Robin, well at least in this specific team. It's just a 1 to 2 cycle drop off. So now for the Ruan Mei side, here's the typical Firefly Team comp. Harmony Trailblazer is on S5 Memory of the Past, Ruan Mei is on her signature light cone, and she is at E0 as well. Firefly is also E0, S0 on the Her to Store light cone, And this side isn't really too good for Firefly, and neither is my build to be honest, so you might see a bit of an underperformance here, but all we're looking to compare is the difference in cycles between Ruan Mei and her substitutes. Again, I want to reiterate that these results are not 100% accurate and they won't be repeating every time. There are tons of variables across accounts, like relic luck or whatever, and you know, just RNG in the attacks of the enemies and whatnot. The other thing is the S1 Ruan Mei. If I did use a free-to-play option like S5 Memories of the Past, I wouldn't have anything for my Trailblazer, so I decided to stick with it, and I don't think it would actually change the cycle count, but you can take it with a grain of salt. Anyways, that's about it, and the Ruan Mei run took about 3 cycles. I think with a better Firefly build or whatever, I could probably get it down to 2 cycles, but I don't have that. Again, I'll leave you to watch the rest and see you when we substitute her out. With Ruan Mei's run out of the way, now we can move on to the substitutes. As you can see, we've got March in the top left, and then in the top right we have Asta, in the bottom left we have Pella, and in the bottom right we have Welt. These teams obviously run a little bit differently compared to, you know, how easy it is to switch in for Robin, for example. So other than Pella and Asta, I added a DPS instead, but not like any DPS, one that would add a benefit to the team. Welt can slow down enemies, so you get more turns with Super Break, and on top of March just having extra attacks and an attack that does a lot of toughness bar damage, you can also buff Break Effect and Speed. And one last time, I'll leave you guys to watch the rest of the runs, and then I will catch you guys after they're done. With the runs now coming to an end, you can kind of see that the impact Ruan Mei has on her best teams compared to Robin is a little bit more. So Robin's teams obviously did about 1 or 2 cycles less, and then Ruan Mei's did about 2 to 3. Well, it is 2, but you know, if you do get a better run or you have a better Firefly, then it might be 3. Either way, regardless, it's not too big of a deal, and I did want to just shed light on some of the other substitutes as well. A lot of these units, especially Asta, I think is the most common one that's just completely ignored, but a lot of them are pretty good still, and they are worth some investment. With an onslaught of new characters constantly and, you know, crazy reruns, sometimes you forget to just save for like a old support that's pretty good. So it is worth having some characters to fall back on. Anyways, that's about it for this video. I just wanted to compare everyone. If you do want to see a guide on any of these characters, do let me know in the comments or join the Discord and ask, because again, I do think some of these characters are severely undervalued. Either way, thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I can catch you guys in the next video. Peace.